Hello, and welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Freed. I'm your host, Michael Freed. I'm a litigation partner in the matrimonial and family law firm of Berkman, Botker, Newman, and Shine, with offices in New York City, Westchester, and Long Island. And today, my special guest is Marc Miller of MLM Coaching and Consulting, LLC. So, Marc, welcome to 5 Minutes with Freed.
Thank you, Michael. I'm happy to be here.
Great. So, Marc, what is MLM Coaching and Consulting LLC, and what do you do for the company?
Okay. So MLM Coaching and Consulting is the name of my LLC. I am a professional coach. MLM happened to be my initials, Marc Leonard Miller. And it was after I got the LLC that I realized that it also stands for multi-level marketing, which I have nothing to do with, and I am not endorsing in any way. So I am a professional coach. My background and training is as a psychologist. I have a doctorate in clinical psychology. I don't do therapy anymore. I coach. And the lines between coaching and therapy are kind of blurry, especially for me with my mental health background. But I work with organizational leaders, managers, business owners, team leaders, teams, and people at different levels of employment in organizations for the most part. And I work with people to become more self-aware about how they feel and how they communicate with clients, customers, peers, and in their personal relationships.
Marc, being that we've known each other through ARG, through Accountants Resource Group, and the fact that you know that I am a matrimonial family law attorney.
Absolutely.
So when would my clients most often require your services? In the beginning, middle, end?
Yeah, it really depends on where that person is. When a client comes to you for help with their divorce, which is when you come into the picture, I would guess, in most cases, their relationships have reached a point of probably not being reconcilable, and it's moving forward. So some clients are ready for that. Sometimes their spouse is the one who initiates the divorce action. And at times your client may be somebody who's responding to being served with papers, and they're not emotionally prepared. I help people at that stage of the process to emotionally adjust to the reality of what divorce means.
So, Marc, what's the best way for another professional or prospective client to contact you?
Okay. My email, which is a bit long, is Marc, M-A-R-C, at marcmillercoaching.com.
Okay.
I have two websites. One is even longer than the other. One is www.marcmillercoaching.com. The other is www.marcmillerrelationshipanddivorcecoaching.com. That's a mouthful. My phone number, and lately I've been using my cell phone more than my landline, is 516-835-5977. I'm always available, not 24/7, but during working hours to respond to messages.
That's perfect. So, Marc Miller, we have now come to the most important part of our show, and that happens to be the question of the week. So,
Yes.
Marc Miller, this is your question of the week. You're given a choice to give up your favorite food or your cell phone and computer. Which one would you give up and why?
A great question. Your questions are always so interesting, Michael. It happens that I am a vegetarian, and I have been a vegetarian for the past 25 years. So about 25 years ago, I gave up my favorite food, which was lobster.
Oh,
And part of it was vegetarianism. Part of it was thinking I should be a little more kosher. I am Jewish, and kind of moving in that direction. But I gave that up, and I haven't eaten any shellfish since, or anything that would not be that's not vegetarian. So giving up my favorite food is not the issue. I've done that, been there, and I love a lot of different foods, but there's nothing that really shines as my favorite. So at this point, I have to confess, I'm addicted to the phone and the computer, not in terms of social media, which I don't like, but just having the convenience of a cell phone, using it to look things up just in the palm of my hand. And Zoom has been such an important part of my life for the past 2 years. It's allowed me and a lot of other professionals to conduct their business without being in the same room.
Right.
And even as we go forward and hopefully are leaving the pandemic behind, God willing, it's still a great way to be face to face with clients and conduct my work in a way that's almost as good as being in the same room.
Wow. Well, I got to tell you, Marc Miller, you have said it all. You are coaching business leaders and owners one day at a time. And I want to thank you for being a wonderful guest on 5 Minutes with Freed.
Thank you, Michael. It's been fun.